Hello and welcome to Spill It Podcast, where we unravel hidden truths and untold stories. Here we say it as it is. Today we are diving into the pageant industry, a world of beauty, a world of fame, and of course, a world of controversy. Over the years, there has been allegations, there has been whispers that beauty queens giving their bodies in exchange for crown. Is that true? And other people have complained that some of these beauty queens are used as escort for politicians under the guise of sponsorship, and then they are used as hookup girls. Are these true or they are just mere allegations? To help us unravel this, we have a special guest in the house. He's the pioneer president of Taraba State entertainment industry. He is the maker of Mr&Miss Taraba. He is the first of so many things. It's no other person else but Honorable Disebe Bala Donga, aka Shakatawa. Welcome to the studio, sir.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Yes. For how long have you been in the pageant industry?
Okay, thank you. It's good to be here, like I said. Pageant, I've been in the pageant industry, I think, for like 19 years. I think I did the first pageant when I was in the university. I did the Mr&Miss, the Miss National State University, where an Igbo girl, Junwa, she now based with her family in the US with 4 kids and doing well as a mother. And it's a beautiful story after that. And we came down to Taraba, and this is our 12th year in Taraba State. So it's a wonderful journey.
That's quite interesting.
Yeah.
There are people that heard of the word pageantry, but they don't know what it entails. So can you please say something little
Yes,
about it?
pageant is a beautiful journey for both the male and the girl child. And initially, pageant is meant, I think, a long time during the Bible.
Wow.
If you know of Queen Esther.
Yes.
It's a beautiful story from the Bible. But I assure you that outside the Bible, it may be as decent as that. But you know where there is a male and female in every gathering,
Yes.
there must be a little bit of some sad stories.
Definitely.
Yes, and I'm ready. I'm here to share some of these stories.
All right.
Yeah.
So let's dive into the questions.
The men.
So, there has been accusations of beauty queens offering their body
Yeah.
to get the crown, that's to win the contest.
Yeah.
And if I might say, there are situations where the organizers themselves or the judges
Yes.
also demand sexual favors from the contestants as well. So what do you have to say about this, sir?
Okay. I'll start by saying myself as Shakatawa, people can only view me from a distance, but the few who come a little bit closer will now see a different part from where they hear outside. Mm-hmm. So I'll use that to justify your question, to say that it is indeed true that some of these things happen around the world, and Taraba State is not an exception. But for Prime Planet event managers, the official organizers of the State Kings and Queens, I have not heard, because I have been a very, very strict leader when I groom my sons and daughters. And it will be unfair if you, there are some ladies that give it or take it. They already have this spirit of promiscuity. Yes. Anywhere they meet a man, they just want to jump on him. And when they come into the pageant industry, such ladies, sure, will continue with such characters. Okay, but if for those who have watched my leadership closely in the industry, you will agree with me that even my sons that are close to me do not have access of who becomes the next queen. Oh. So if you are stupid enough as a lady to jump on some of these guys who are around the company, who have promised you, oh, don't worry, my boss, Shakatawa, I know how to talk to him and he'll give you the crown. I have disappointed a lot of them. And I will say it like I want to say it, without fear or favor. I put it to any girl child to come out after this podcast. Wow. If I have demanded sex before crown. Yeah.
This is very daring.
Yeah.
Okay, so
This is very bold.
so this claim now, I think you earlier said it happens around the world.
Yeah.
So you're saying is it common in pageants, not just Mr. and Mr.
Yes, it's
Taraba?
common. You know, like I said, pageant is a coming together of beautiful people,
Yes.
male and female. And I take it or leave it, even in a church setting where you have the choir, you have the singers,
Yes.
male and female. You will hear that they'll tell you that the choir master
Yes.
knows all the fine girls. Okay, so if that would be said in the church or in a place of worship, and then you want to take that out of the entertainment industry, I'm not sure you can take that out of the industry.
Yes.
But the only thing I'm saying is there are ladies that are already promiscuous in their setting from where they are coming from. So they come to pollute the industry. I have met girls that came as a virgin and left as a virgin.
Wow.
Wow.
From their activities, from how they come. The first Miss Taraba in 2014. There's one beautiful soul. I would have loved to mention her name.
Okay.
She is married now.
Okay.
Beautiful lady, tall, and they approached her, a big sponsor. I would like to, sponsor you to win this event through the voting.
Yes. Yes.
And she bluntly said, if it's for my body, I will not. I'd
Wow.
rather lose the crown. And she could not combat with other ladies. And indeed, she lost the crown. But today, when we meet on social media and meet in person, she always put up a good story about me. She hugs me and she calls me MD.
Yeah.
Even this morning, there was a post I made and she commented this morning as I speak.
Wow.
And she's a grown-up lady. Imagine 12 years ago, put up to her age.
Wow.
And she's married. So there are angels in the industry who, no matter you do, you cannot remove that home training from them.
Sure.
Beautiful
Sure.
people, from their souls, from their, their height and all that. So we have those people. Like I said, I'll still repeat, there are people who naturally come to think that if I become the Miss Taraba or any of the crown, I'll use it to showcase myself. She'll use it as a beauty queen to begin to market herself. She's this and all that. We have those kind of people. They will not do any project.
Wow.
Their project is jumping from one man to another, dancing in the club, twerking and all that. Like I said, I'm going to be very frank here, and
Of course.
I'm ready
Of
to
course.
speak.
This is spill it.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
spill it.
So
Yeah.
I think I'm just thinking though.
Yeah.
I think some of these ladies feel to get what they want. You know how the society is. People say to get what you want, you have to use
give
what you want,
you have.
what you have rather. So I feel they think, okay, if I give my body, I'm going to get this and get that. So I feel sometimes it's maybe pressure. But then
Yes.
what advice do you have for ladies that are in this type of situation?
My advice is for you to come. I don't know of any other pageant, but to contest for the state crown, which we are ranked the 5th state crown in the country,
Wow.
apart from Lagos, Port Harcourt, Miss Enugu, that is Coal City, and all that. Taraba in the north is the number one because
Wow.
it used to be Benue State, but they abused the crown by taking cultism into play. Some group of cultists
Yes.
they tend to threaten the organizers that this guy must be the Mr. Benue.
Oh.
So it became a thorn into the flesh of the government that they have to ban it 12 years ago. And the CEO of the Mr.&Miss Benue is Mr. Goodman. He's my very good friend. And today he's out of business. For 12 years he has not done the Mr.&Miss Benue. So we are privileged that till today we have not allowed cultism and anything to get into our pageant space.
Wow.
Now I will speak as organizer of Mr.&Miss Taraba. I assure you that I am as strict as when you get the form. Saying me number one is extremely very difficult. That is why I came up with an idea to have MDs. So you'll be talking to the MD of Prime, who served from 1 year. So seeing me as a CEO is extremely difficult. I don't live here. I live with my family in the FCT. I come like 6 weeks in preparation for the crown. So those that have gotten the forms go through the MD and the Team 7. And I am sure that for you to have sex with me will not pay the hall.
Yes.
If you have sex with me, it will not pay Clint, who will do decoration for over 300,000 naira. You will not buy the crown, the sash, pay MCs. By the grace of God, I may not have been paying much, but there is no year I don't keep 100,000 naira to encourage transport fare for 10 artists, just 10 kids, just to take back home. Like gone are the days that their gift don't pay, they don't pay for their talent. I try to do that. So when you have sex with me to get the crown, is it going to pay for the bills that is over 7 to 8 million naira? No. So it is for those premature who are in this industry, who are just coming in and they think it's just a place for business. No wonder some of them are already leaving the business.
Okay.
Yes, they are leaving the business because I assure you that the industry is not a place where chickens play close to hot water. Wow. When you are not ready, I assure you, you will go out the way you came in.
Nice. Okay.
So your body cannot pay for the bills in the industry.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So while answering this question, you said quite a number of things that led me to the right. Yes. Right. Now, are you admitting that there are actually people or some of the pageant bodies that ask for sex in exchange for crown? Or accept sex in exchange for crown? Is that what you are saying?
I think there is a time we got such a story where Ramidi then was the president of the industry. Okay. So he approached me and said, "Leader, I'm not happy with what I'm hearing in the industry, especially the pageant world." Mm-hmm. And he approached me that there's a lady that was harassed by a particular pageant owner. Okay. Oh. And he pleaded with me to handle that. And immediately I swung into action. I called Ramidi and the person that is
involved.
Yes, and we're able to marry that. We're able to do our research. We found out that they were dating before she came into having interest to contest. Okay, so if they had sex, and then before she decided she wanted to contest for his crown, and she possibly failed, and she wanted to blackmail him that it is because she did not have sex with him. That was what me and Ramidi came to find out, that lady just wanted to blackmail the guy because they were dating before, and now that she wants to contest and she lost, so she said, "Domin, I did not, have sex with him."
This is a different scene which I understand, but generally, like you said earlier, anything that involves a man and a woman, definitely there must be issues.
Yes.
Have you accepted? Are you not saying that
it do happen,
but it doesn't happen in your own side?
Yes. My leader, my godfather in the industry, I beg to say his name. His name is Honorable Ejiro. He's the queen maker for Miss FCT, that's Miss Abuja. And he grew me into this. And there was a beautiful girl he saw in one of his editions, and he told her that, "I don't want you to contest." And she said, "Why?" And he said, "Because I like you. And I want to be with you." And the girl was, "No, I'm not here for that and all that." During the pageant, she did not make the first 10. So she came to the backstage crying and all that. And he approached her and told her, "Frankly, I like you and I want to marry you." And behold, that's his wife today.
Wow.
Do you understand? So he was genuine with seeing a product, part of the girls who came to contest. And he found a wife. And I have seen some ladies fall in love with even my team members.
Even you, now you're handsome.
No.
He's married.
No, even married men can still jump on one or two troubles when it comes to this women issue. Wow. Do you understand? But I have seen some queens date some of our instructors.
Yes.
in the same company.
Nice.
And after the pageant, they keep it decent. They date, and I am aware.
Oh.
Do you understand? And the only thing I would tell them is, don't drag the name of the company into mud.
Yes.
It's not a place where you just come, display your youthful exuberance, get who to sleep with, and then the next year you're looking for. And that relationship lasted for like 4 years before they actually broke up because of these things. So these things, they happen. Like I said, and I repeat, where you have a male and a female. And don't forget, pageant is a place of beauty, where you see tall ladies, skinny, and the guys into it too are a bit fly guys, you know. So there'll be this, you know, you want to fall in love.
Yes.
But you cannot fall in love and come and promise a crown. It will not work, sir.
So if they're having a relationship, it should not
affect
the contest.
any of the year to say, you win a crown. I will disappoint you. And when we disappoint you, you will end up crying and going to tell the world that maybe possibly the person
Somebody
asked for
harassed
sex. And yes.
Okay.
That's nice.
This is quite interesting. I think it leads me to the next question I want to ask.
Okay.
You know, one of the most popular allegations about beauty contests or pageantry, particularly the winners, is that they are being used as hookup girls for
Escorts.
politicians. It has also been alleged that some of these companies come under the disguise of sponsorship, and then they link them up to politicians who they intend service the bets of these politicians. How true is that, and what is your take on it?
That can be true to like an extent.
Okay.
Because you said it's a section of saying truth and
Yes.
trying to tell the world what we are in.
Yes.
But you know, I will not rather say politicians, for that is why they are scared to come into partnership of youth activities,
Wow.
because they are
Okay.
always being blackmailed as people who want to have the turn of the, you know, just
Yes.
have fun with the girls. But for me, as Disebe, I have not seen a leader in Taraba State that can call me and say, bring me a woman. I am not a pimp. Nobody can turn me into a pimp. No, I have not seen that leader that will look at me at my age. Maybe when I was a bit younger, you can say, you want a party, you need some girls around, and let's just hang. But at my age,
Yes.
I am not sure any politician in Taraba State and outside can look at me and tell me that if you love a girl, if you like a girl you see around me and you want her, you will look for a way and you will not put it to me. Because you put it to me, indeed you will offend me. Because I'll tell you bluntly, I'm not a pimp. I have a daughter that she's in a 300 level,
Wow.
studying here in TSU. And if I will start pimping people's children, I assure you what goes around will come around.
Somebody will
So
pimp you.
apart from that, I want to make some things clear.
Okay.
Your questions, like saying, giving partners, ladies. I came up with an idea that sometimes some of these girls have not really traveled. So I came up with an idea for familiarity visit. So when you are crowned, we'll take all the crown queens and kings to visit all our leaders from the National Assembly, you know, and all that. And we've been doing that during the times of Queen Fitemi David. And we had opportunity then, after we met our leaders from the Senate, invited them to Lagos. And he spent a good money on them. And he's happy that these are queens from my state. So from Abuja, they went to Lagos.
Wow.
For letting them, for exposing them, doesn't mean we are taking them into prostitution. What about those girls which, even outside the pageant world, they do those things themselves?
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
This is a class of giving these young girls opportunities to meet with leaders. To meet, like last year, we were in the office of Haruna Manu, the senator of Taraba Central, after crowning this set. Then it happens that the Mr. Taraba is from his constituent,
Oh.
Okay.
from
Wow.
Sardauna.
Yes.
So when he was asking where are you from, so he piqued interest by having the Mr. Taraba from Sardauna.
Yes.
So he now asked her, what do you want? Behold, what that beautiful soul said marveled me. I have not seen that anywhere before. She said, sir, by looking at your office, I have seen shelves of books, and I know you are a reader. I want a book, sir.
Just a
Wow.
book.
A book. And
That's
he was
serious,
shocked as a senator, knowing that when you give a girl child such golden opportunity, it will be a ramble or a roller coaster ride of finance.
Yes.
But she said a book. And I have the picture here. I can show you that he picked a beautiful book, packaged it into his Senate envelope, and they took a picture together. And he said, because of what you have done, I will support any project that you
Wow.
bring concerning my constituency.
Wow.
You see, she won his heart. You know, when you see empty ladies in the industry, their own is to open their legs to get what they want. And we have that in this industry, even in my company. I have seen ladies that are so empty that they think is by opening their legs to get what they want. But this girl turned everything around to have said that I need a book. And Senator Haruna Manu, I am saying it here without fear or favor, that we were there, and I will not lie I will not lie against a very high profile
yes.
individual in the state who has once been House of Rep, Deputy Governor for 8 years, and now a senator.
Yes.
So if we try to change the narrative, I think it will help us in the industry.
And so, how do these queens sponsor their projects if the people they go to ask for money demand their body in return?
Okay, like I said, it's for you to be smart. There are smart ladies who know the kind of project they want to go into. Some of these beauty queens take a very cumbersome project that would gop a lot of millions, whereby I will take dressing from one of our very popular beauty Queen Eunice Sunday,
Right.
who today has grown to be a big lady when it comes to her business.
Yes.
And she has showered herself last month with a car worth over 25 million.
Wow.
You know, so I would take dressing from her. This lady found out that she just wants to do simple projects that she can handle herself. So she came up with an idea. She went to Gimbu and met an NGO called Getcham. Those Getcham, they give sanitary pads and all that. And she was the first person that brought Getcham to her university then. Then
Wow.
it was Tenebe that was the vice chancellor. She brought them and she shared usable sanitary pads, or how would I call it? A pad that you can reuse.
Okay, yes.
Reusable
Renewable.
You know, and all that. So she brought them. The next one, she said, I don't want to meet people for sponsorship. So during her birthday, she would just wrap up 5K and just get some little pampers and all that for newborn babies. And then we'll just follow her to the specialist. She'll go into the ward. This is what she can handle because she's a business lady. She has access to some little finance herself. So Eunice they call her the project queen because she did a lot of projects by just simple kindness of a heart of an African woman. So if other girls want to go and build upstairs as a pet project, I assure you that her father do not have such money.
Definitely.
Her family will not give her that money even if they do. And then where will she get it if not going up and down offices? And when you go with empty brains and then on decent dressing, and you know that's why some men trigger to ask them for sex, because the way they are dressed, so they'll be addressed. So when they come into with a short mini skirt, a shirt that is showing their cleavage, and an all opening back,
And an empty brain.
An empty brain without proposal. Some even come without paper and tell, sir, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do that. Before the man will look at you and say, let's meet, I would like to take you for a dinner. Because what you are saying is just trash. It's like he already knows that you are here to market yourself. But some ladies will go prepared and say, sir, my project is no more than 200,000. I want to buy broom and packer. And then I'll go to Magwe market and share to the women so that they can keep their market clean. It's as simple as that. So it depends on what they want. So I beg to say that some are empty and their legs are open all the time. No, I don't know whether I should be as raw as that. Their legs are as open all the time because they are used to it. They came into the industry with it, and they will continue thinking that is what will make them grow. If that was what will make Eunice grow, she wouldn't have been where she is today. It is true hard work, and all that. Behind this edifice, I think she has a business and where she started from. And today she's in the FCT, the City of Power, and she's doing well.
From what he said, it's like most of these beauty queens, they don't even know what they want.
Actually.
They just want the crown so that they can show themselves off to the world.
As a leader in the pageant body, not just in Taraba, what is the pageant body doing to regulate some of these things? These people are promiscuous, some of these ladies are promiscuous. So what measures are you guys putting in place so that those people don't emerge as beauty queens, because once they emerge as winners, they are role models to other people, and then people think this is what pageantry is all about, going to meet big high profile men, giving your body. So what measures are you guys putting in place so that to ensure that these things do not keep happening, so that such queens do not emerge?
Okay, I was the pioneer president of the Pageant Guilds of Nigeria.
Wow, that's
the
nice.
BOT. And then some few months ago, December, I gave chance for the new elected body. And we have been battling this same thing all over Nigeria. It's not only in Taraba State, all over Nigeria. Now, even in the industry, there is gazing. You see that before you become some top male pageant, you have to be a gay. It's happening now in Nigeria, especially in the East. And we have, even as the president, I have battled that with some of my escorts and some of our members of the Pageant Guilds of Nigeria that are into same sex with male. And this is as dangerous as even more than prostitution, because having same sex intercourse with a male child is terrible to me. I don't know. I'm speaking to myself now, and then we are trying as much as possible to see how we will focus on good search when it comes for who wears the crown. Last year I did something. There's a terrible lady who got the form, and that lady, she's a fighter. She fights in campus. Yes, like on male child, on a boyfriend. So every time so when she got the form, somebody now whispered to me that this lady, this is how she is.
Wow.
And I made my finding. That is how this lady is.
Yes.
And deliberately, we turned her out. In fact, I deleted her out of the group and asked her that we are refunding her money. And then when she said, sir, why are you doing this? Blah, blah, I invited her. I said, I am sorry. You cannot contest for Miss Taraba. Yeah. Because I see her to be somebody that even if she comes, she may be even influential in the voting.
Yes.
And the whole Taraba, they view the voting as one of the major criteria, like 65% of what makes you wear the crown. Oh. So we just cut her off and said, you cannot be part of this year's event. So if pageant CEOs can be as bold as that, not to look at the money they will get from that contestant who has terrible character,
yes,
then I think we'll be able to have a little headway in the industry.
Wow, that was quite bold of you.
Yeah, thanks, sir.
And I think it's worth emulating. Yeah. Talking about voting, Njilma.
Okay, there's also been little rumors around that people feel as if anybody that has the highest number of votes automatically becomes the crown. So, is the voting the main I'm sure there are other criteria
Yes, actually.
for crowning queens as well. So it's like the voting takes most of the.
And
Yeah,
then,
you-
sorry, let me add
okay.
it one. And then it looks as though the crown is being sold because most likely the person who gets the highest voting
Gets the
emerges the winner.
winner.
And then it's like people are now buying the crown.
Yeah.
So do you guys actually sell crown?
No, we don't sell crown, but it is called a showbiz. And the show is to entertain those people who will come to watch. But the business is that we are in business not to lose. There is no businessman that want to go into business and have a total
Yes.
of his money
Yes.
because
Yes.
Mr. Taraba got some high amount of money. And then should we have an event that after that we are losing? No. So voting is part of a criteria that makes you top your equals, but not necessarily because there may be somebody that don't have that quality, and we know that this lady is either do not meet up with the height criteria or do not meet up. She's not eloquent, she's not sound, or from her head and all that, but have the voting power. I assure you, if it's Mr. Taraba, you may vote and will take decisions at the judges' table, because the judges will look after voting. They'll look at your composure. They'll look at your in camp. When they're in camp for 7-8 days, we bring resource person.
Yes.
Those resource person train them, interact with them, and they feed us back.
Yes,
That I
very
think during my interaction, this lady, I think they have what it takes to be the Mr. Taraba. So we begin to gather our what do you call it? Our informations to see who have the right character to be the Mr. Taraba. And sometimes it's not about how beautiful you are, but it's a beauty and brains. Yeah. So voting is part of it. If you don't vote, imagine somebody that has put on a volume and you, like Adas Kelly, you think you are beautiful, you are all that, and you are just have like 10 votes. I assure you, it will be unfair to somebody who have invested. They say where you sow, you reap.
Yes.
And you have not, and then where you put up your money, so there your heart will be. So for any lady who came with that mindset of I will not vote, how do we pay our bills? How do we, sort out other bills?
Sure.
So number one, for you to come up to the state crown, you must have a good sponsor. That is why this year with our partner, with Olaika and Taraba Business School and Some TV, they have decided that all local government chairmen must pick a form and bring a contestant from his local government.
Wow.
Okay.
Yes, and
that's
that
I think-
contestant will be introduced to the member State House of Assembly, so that they will now say, this is what we are producing. We are
Yes,
presenting from
yes.
Donga. So you see, she don't need to start jumping around to search for
sponsors.
sponsors already. Because if your local government chairman will pay your camp fee, which is 50,000 naira, will give you some little money to get your gown, your traditional, then what will you be doing going around to ask
For sponsors.
they will now be asking for your body in return? So I think this idea by one of our great partner is a welcome idea.
Yes.
Meaning
It's
we'll be
very
having
lovely.
16 beautiful ladies
Contestants.
on the stage.
And it will be highly competitive.
Yes, sir.
Very lovely.
Highly competitive. So we can, before you know, it's a battle between the member state of assembly and the chairman, who will just sit down. This one, no, man, Donga must win. This one, before you know, everybody will go home smiling, and then we can make presentation of their checks, because we make presentation of checks and give you your money there.
Okay.
And we don't blow too much trumpet. We don't put up on our, if you check on our flyer, say we don't put a car.
Yes.
Because we cannot lie to you that we'll give a car. Even Miss Nigeria, I beg to say that the organizers don't give a car. It is you who want to win that will rally round, get sponsors that will approach the company, buy the car, do everything, voting and all. And then when you are crowned, the car will be presented to you.
Okay.
Yes, this is the industry. I'm only telling you some
Yes.
of the the other side
Yes.
behind the camera.
Yes.
This is what is happening around the world.
Wow.
Yes, sir. Yes. Yeah.
All right.
Right. You've quite said a lot. Yes. I think the other question is about these winners. So many pageant bodies that I've seen will promise crowns. We promise, aside from the crowns, gifts, prizes for the winners, like cars, fridge,
Scholarship.
so many things. And in the long run, in fact, there's the one I know myself. Like the MD of the pageant company was now going to the winner to beg money from her, and then they don't give them their prizes.
I have seen that one of the MDs, what happened was he even had to pick up their ATMs
Yes.
and saying he's voting for them. And that same time, Ramidisti called me on this same issue. And I wish I want to be a terrible person, I would have called that name so that everybody will be careful on where they throw their dice. But it's not a time for name calling but correction.
Yes.
You know, you can't pick a contestant ATM and go and vote for her when she had not told you.
You're infringing on her
So,
privacy.
you know, and you know, and all that. How did you get the pin? And what's your business with the organizers and the contestants with their personal information? We don't do that. So sometimes some people promise what they cannot give. If I don't have a car and I'm promising Ms. Taraba that I will give you a car when you win, I think that's a tautology. That is total madness. You understand? I should be able to have a car as you understand,
As
on
the
my
MD,
own.
yes.
Let me be okay before I say I'll start dishing out cars. So what we do in Prime, we have an official car, and that official car takes the queens and the kings around events and all that, so that they will not fly keke. And we used to give them the car then, but we see that they abuse the car. They cannot maintain it. They don't change engine oil. Before you know, the car is knocked.
Yeah.
So when we change a car, we give it to the head of the team 7 to keep in his house or our house. When Mr. Taraba want to go out to an event, we'll pick you and take you there. And we don't give all our cash prize for scholarship. It's 100,000 naira for Mr. Taraba and Mr. Taraba. So we sum everything plus the sub queens, and it's a sum up of close to 500K. So from that, your voting, your whatever, first of all, we'll remove our star prize there. And we'll present the check to you as the winner. And the next day during our dinner, we'll give you your money. Direct. I beg to say that let any Mr. Taraba or Mr. Taraba comment that we have said we'll give 100,000 naira and we have not given.
Really?
We'll give you the 100,000. It's as simple as that. Give you the check. And then if you are smart, it is not the money that is on your head. It is a state crown. And if only you are wise. Till today, I have not seen ladies that are smart enough to even be Ms. Taraba. I beg to say.
Wow.
Because even the present Ms. Taraba that's so dear to my heart, I like her for her smartness. I like her for not putting money first. And that is why her name is still calm in the state. She's not somebody that you can book to say one big man is coming into town. But I would have expected that a Mr. Taraba should be able to access the first lady of this state.
Wow. Yes. Sure.
Yes, with a tangible proposal. Her Excellency, man, I have seen that you are a mother, you do this for the girl child and all that. Mommy, I want to key into your vision. And I want to partner with you as a Mr. Taraba. But I've not seen any queen that have done that. They just wait for us to be the one to take you to Abuja to the familiarity visit. When they come back, no courtesy visit. You know, and it's so terrible. I hope that if any upcoming beauty queen or model that want to be Ms. Taraba, have a change of mind and know that this is not a place for rascality. Yes.
It has been
This is truly
interesting and
spirit.
it's eye-opening.
Yeah,
Honestly.
So, you earlier mentioned judges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the judges now. Like we earlier mentioned, there are rumors that these contestants offer judges for high scores or judges demand. I want to know, or we want to know rather, what are the criteria of picking a professional judge for
Yes,
a
for a
professional
contest.
pageant?
Yes, like what we do is number one, you can't bring a judge that don't have the prior knowledge of what pageantry is all about. If not, the person will not be able to know how to score. So, in some years back, I have brought Miss Independent Nigeria to be the chief judge. She flew in from Lagos, and back then, Ambassador Emmanuel George was the NYCN chairman. Then he paid for her flight through and through. And we have also brought Miss Northeast Nigeria, who during Queen Eunice was the chief judge. And she's married in this state now to a prominent politician, and all that. And then we try to bring the chief judge from outside the state who knows the business. And then we can now attach you with maybe somebody from the Pageant Guild Association, maybe one person. Then we'll pick somebody from the board of tourism board. So our judges are a collaboration of both the state government service, and then with the chief judge must be someone from outside who knows the business, because you can't bring somebody into being a judge and doesn't have idea of what the pageant industry is all about. So coming to your question, to say that some of the ladies, they don't have access. That is not true. They don't have access. They don't even know who will become the judge. So how will they even find, if they on the stage, you'll be cutting the person eye and be seducing the person? It's a lie. All these things are just mere social media rascality, where some people sit down in the comfort of their space with zero data, only for free mood, and post what they want to post. I'm telling you, this is what is happening. And it's terrible. Yes.
But, sometimes you can't conclude. You may be speaking for your own organization, not necessarily, or, you can only speak for your own.
Yeah.
Are you sure? There's sometimes in some contests, maybe the contestant gets to know who the judges are.
Actually.
So that means there's possibility
That it can happen.
that it can
when
happen.
you are careless enough to unveil your judges before time, I think as smart as women could be, I assure you that they will stretch their hands wherever that person is, to know how they'll find their way.
It has been an interesting conversation with Honorable
Disebe Bala Donga.
Yes, Shakatawa, the popular Shakatawa. You hear so many things about him now, and then that's why he's right here in the studio to spill it. And he has been spilling it for the past 20-30 minutes here. And so before you go, what are the benefits of pageantry? What are the benefits?
The benefit of pageantry to me is to regroom, to remodel the girl and the boy child. Okay. Now you will agree with me, there are some ladies who come into the pageant industry that maybe don't even dress well. They don't look good. They don't even do makeup. They don't, but immediately they become a state queen. Now, note that they will be careful for the kind of parties they go to. Because when we find out that you are a terrible person, we can retrieve your crown.
Okay.
And then they will know before, when they go to club, hold the chairs and twerk anyhow. They won't be able to do that because they are the Miss Taraba or Miss Tourism. So eyes will be on them. Okay. So it's remodeled these ladies. And a Miss Taraba, when you see her after a crown, you see that she's a bit an improved person from where she used to be. A Mr. Taraba that used to do anyhow before, because he's the Mr. Taraba, because we teach them the pros and cons. Yes. We teach them the rules and regulations of being a king or being a queen. So when you are even talking, you will learn how to talk like a king or will learn how to talk like a queen. And then in events, they don't eat publicly. So it begins to reshape their mind, recoin them and all that. So I beg to say it's a beautiful thing to be in the pageant industry for those who want to keep it clean, but not those who are coming with some dirty mindset to pollute the industry.
Okay, that's quite interesting.
So let me add to the benefits. Apart from them being there, having benefits for themselves and growing and improving, well, are there benefits to their immediate community? I think as a queen or king, you should be able to touch lives of people around you. So have you seen, or how will I put these questions now? What have queens and kings done to touch the lives of people in their immediate community?
I thank you very much for this wonderful question. Yes, it benefits their immediate environment. I will start off by one of our Queen Grace Sunday. When she was crowned, she's this kind of soft lady who maybe possibly do not have a touch of her mom. She wants to celebrate her mom and her friends. So she bought 112 wrappers and went to Tap.
That's her hometown?
Yes, her hometown. I went to her hometown and called aged women, her mother's peers, and said, I am the Miss Taraba, and this is the little token I have, 120 wrappers. And she shared it to them, had fun and all that. And this same Miss Taraba, this year, she had gone to a village in Gembu. During the Christmas time, she had free haircuts for her community kids that do not have money to take the Christmas haircut. So she did that. And then the schools, she graduated from the secondary school, she's doing a block of toilet for the male and female. So this is a direct benefit that she's saying thank you to her secondary school, her alma mater, for grooming her to where she is today. So many queens have touched life directly and indirectly. And I assure you, as they improve themselves, they also do as little as it is pet project that will help. Like Dangata, immediately he won the Miss Taraba. He also walked around the street with an NGO with lovely clothes and gifts, sharing to everybody here at the roadblock, down this, and all that. And it's a lovely story. Just a week of becoming the Mr. Taraba.
That's quite
yes, sir.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Okay. We've said so many things, and then lastly, while concluding, let me have just 2 questions to ask, and then we are done.
Okay.
If I should ask all the questions in my head now, we still till tomorrow. But what advice will you give to people who want to go into
The pageantry.
modeling pageantry, and then also the advice so that they will avoid some of these questions we've asked? And what are the things they should look out for in the company, in a pageant company, before they decide to contest under the company? What are the things they should look out for? And if they are being faced with, some of these challenges like sex for crown, what should they do?
Yeah. Okay, it's a lovely question. I think it is as straight as, number one, you cannot go into a pageant company that is scandalous. Scandals all the time, and you still go there. Then meaning, even you in your right senses, I'm not sure you are right. Do you understand? Yes, because you cannot hear that this company are into sex before crown, and even with the sex, you don't even end up winning. And you have heard these stories, and you still want to, as a young pageant model who wants to come into the pageant industry, you still go to that same company. I think, number one, you must study the aims and objectives of that crown. If it's a tribal crown, you already know it's a tribal crown. Like Miss Ichen, Miss Indola, Miss Chamba, Miss
Yandang,
Miss Kurumi and all that.
Yes.
You already know that this is your community base. But when you are coming into a state or a national crown, you must take research before. And what do you want to achieve with the crown? It's not by just winning the crown.
That's very important.
Queen Beauty Tukura has made us proud by coming into the pageant industry and knowing what she wants. After that, she grew to become the Miss Nigeria.
Yes.
After that, she went to Big Brother.
Big Brother, yes.
You know, become one of the most famous because of our little, you know, scandals can be positive or negative.
Yes.
True.
And we are proud of her, though it may be negative, but it has put her onto the spotlight. That today, the kind of deals she signed, even the winner of the Big Brother as a dyer cannot equate her. So, and go back to your question. Please, if you want to contest and you encounter any troubles, please contact the Pageant Guilds of Nigeria.
No.
We have the Taraba State Chapter. For now, it is Bala Kwanchi, who is the official organizer of the Miss Hookup.
Okay.
So, anytime you are faced with any trouble, when any company promise you the star prize and they don't give to you, contact us. We will call that CEO to order to make payment with immediate effect or face the consequence of because we have the capacity to suspend a pageant CEO from hosting a pageant. Yes, in this state.
Yeah.
Yes, it's as powerful as that. So when we see a terrible CEO, number one, you just see some CEOs we caught up with that person. You do a show, you will not see one CEO as an organization. But when you are upright, when you are doing it, you see the CEO's table complete with all CEOs supporting you, meaning what you are doing is right.
Yes.
You understand? Actually, there's something with the Hausa, Korean, I'm not really an Hausa person, but I think sometimes if we want to fight with you, we may not say it, but with the kind of attitude we'll put up to you, you will know that we are not cool with you. So we have done that with a lot of CEOs who have such troubles. So please, we are open. Anytime you have troubles, please contact us. We will come to your aid and make sure that the right thing is done.
Okay. So, you know, despite all these scandals and the controversy, if I'm right, I think the pageant industry is one of the most thriving industry in the whole world.
Yes.
So, from your experience, please tell us that one thing that you would like to change if you were able to in the pageant industry.
Okay, I will, you know, even the president of the world today, Donald Trump, is once a colleague. He is a queen maker.
Wow.
Yes, the Miss Universe is under his company. He has been into pageantry for a long time. He's a pageant owner, Donald Trump. And he grew up before going into other managing Mike Tyson, going into properties like, you know, and all that. So if as big as Donald Trump is into this business, and you know, the good thing in America is every street have their queen.
Oh.
Wow.
Yes.
Really?
You know, when I never even see pageants because
And they are complaining.
now when they complain, say pageant plenty. When I never see pageant in America, a street like this have a queen.
Miss
So
Marvel.
Miss So Street, Miss McDonald Street. Then when they want to bring social amenities or anything that will help the girl child, they contact
The queen.
the queen, and the queen will now. She already have the
Mobilize.
artillery
Yes,
so
yes,
that
yes.
it will get to the people. It's because they are in a working society.
That's
And you
fantastic.
cannot tap a queen in her ass or ask her out because there are laws that work. But we are sorry to say to be in a lawless country like Nigeria, you know, where anything happens and we don't give a hook, you know, and it's as terrible as that. And one thing I will have loved to change, if given the opportunity, is the same thing that you were complaining of here, which is sex in the industry. It's terrible to know that there is sex in the industry. It's not only in the pageant industry, it's in the industry of the movie and all that. That is why you
The
see
entire
that when
entertainment
you go
industry.
even in the music industry, when you're a model to be in a video, top video, you must service some
To get certain
cartel
awards.
before you understand
Yes.
and all
Awards,
that.
yeah.
So I wish, but I beg to say that it's a wish that may never come true because where I will go from the beginning, anywhere you have male and female, they must be either you like it or not. I beg to say without fear or favor, that thing sex, you can never take it out of it. It is as terrible as that even in our religious places, I don't need to call the church or the mosque or Buddhist or Hindu
shrine.
and all the shrine. But anywhere you find the male and the girl child, I assure you, there must be an abuse of sex.
And considering the fact that these girls or the guys involved are also the ones giving themselves. So
Yes. And don't
Yeah.
give it
Guys
to
should say
you.
no. Guys
So
should be able to say no.
how will the guys say no when
when they also want it.
Do you understand? The guys, yes, I pity more of the male kings, the male in the pageant industry. That is the male kings.
Yes.
They go through terrible times because they can't even have sex for crown. Do you understand? Because they are male. Which of the girls will they go and say, "Let me have sex with you so that you give me crown"? Do you understand? It's as terrible as that. And when they finish, that's why I see that before you have a powerful king that will make impact, because even after the crown, the king will want to go to source for funding.
Yes.
And you know, waiting man do man. You understand? He will not find support. See, beautiful idea. Like Dangata now is struggling. He has one of the best projects. But waiting man do man. He has gone here, he go block. He will call me and say, "See, you are saving me." I don't know. Because anybody I call, when they know there's a male, to even give you access is a problem. But immediately, if it's a girl child, they have this soft landing. They have this soft touch.
Yes.
They have the grace of God upon them. They have, so any door they just knock, it opens. And then when you are smart from your brain, they get.
Yes.
When you are smart to use your leg, as you get, and all that. So it is the male child for me that they need more attention, and we need to promote the boy child in the industry.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much. It has been an exciting moment, full of revelations, full of knowledge, and so many things with Honorable Bala Disebe Donga. Well, before we call it a day, a wrap, I remember last year we went for an outreach in some of the brothels in this town. And we went to about 7 brothels. And in one of the brothels we went, it has both male and female. I was so surprised. Young guys like me, able young guys. So ladies come and pay them and pick them up. So when you were giving an example with these male kings, it just popped up. I was like, wow. I was surprised when this town, like you give the guys money and then pick them up. They'll go and service you. I say, wow, truly we are growing.
No, how's that growth?
Is it a negative growth or a positive?
That's a very negative growth.
Honestly, very negative.
Yeah.
Very negative.
Well, it has been an interesting moment and interesting conversation with Honorable Disebe Bala Donga, aka Shakatawa. It has been full of revelation and lots more. I remain Rhapsody Force, and I've been in the studio with Lillian and Jilma. Make sure you stay tuned to our next episode on Spill It Podcast. Remember, here we say it as it is. See you in our next episode. Thank you.